As far as announcements go, assessments are completed and returned for the week. So if you turned in an assessment in the app earlier this week, you should have that response in the app messages. So go check that out. If you have questions at all, please do let us know. We want to make sure that we get back to you with that. As far as this coming week and things moving forward for those of you that are due, please set alarms to have your assessments done on time. Because if you don't get them turned in between Sunday and Tuesday, you don't get to turn one in that week. And that's really your prime opportunity for us to be able to help you most. And when I say us, I mean myself and then my two coaches, Jenna and Jamie. They help me as well. And with all of that being said, like that is going to be your prime opportunity. We get to look at your nutrition log. We're going to look at what you've been having, see where your energy levels fall, if you're super hungry, give specific suggestions, all the good stuff. So really just want to put that out there. Set your reminders in your phone, get things turned in between Sunday and Tuesday every week. That way you are good to go. Wanted to thank everyone who made it out for the retreat this last weekend and everybody that helped put it together. It was absolutely awesome. Such a success. We had so much fun. Lots of laughing. I made the workout way too hard. I apologize for that. Next year we will reconsider what we did. Maybe make that not necessarily easier, but maybe something that's maybe a little bit more suitable or fun per se. But everybody knocked out a really hard workout to start out Saturday, and that was awesome. But it was a great time. So much fun to meet so many of you in person that I feel like I've known forever at this point. But yeah, so there was that. Next big retreat opportunity to meet and greet and know all the people that are in this group is going to be in St. Louis, which is in January. So with that, in order to earn your invite to come to that, you have to complete at least one challenge in 2023 within the First Form app. So if you guys have your pictures that were uploaded between July 3rd and July 10th in there, then all that you need to do is complete this challenge by entering or by doing your pictures again at the end at a minimum in order to earn that invite to come. And it's going to be a great time. We're going to all stay at the same hotel. We're going to go to headquarters and hang out. We're going to work out there. I'm going to cater luncheon. There's going to be all kinds of fun stuff. There'll be like a little swag bag thing for you guys too. I'm really, really thrilled to put this on and really just want you guys to come down and have a great time. So if you want to do that, be sure to complete this challenge. If you got going a little bit late, there is one more challenge left this year, so you can still get it done. So that's all of that. But if you have questions on it at all, you let me know. Invest in yourself coaching. I did want to go over that real quick since we do have a number of new people. So invest in yourself is the small group coaching option that I have. So obviously myself, Jenna and Jamie, we coach everyone through the app on a one-on-one individual basis. But if you want more of a small group accountability, you want more of that, help, you want more of that support. The group is really fantastic. The chat is always hopping. I will say if you get going in there, the chat can get a little overwhelming. So I suggest muting it and checking in on it when you want to and just dropping in where you left off. You don't need to go back through and read all of the other messages by any means. Like it can get overwhelming. So just join in and have fun. There's extra training calls each week about little habits and things that you can do. And I keep on updating those to give you new educational points just to help you become a little bit better each week doing different things. So that's what that looks like. It is $105 a month, but you get a $100 First Form gift card back out of it every month as well to put towards whatever you want from the website. So supplements, gear, whatever you want. So it's a really, really awesome opportunity. There's other little perks with it as well, but like you can earn your way to a mini retreat that we do, which was really fun last time. I can't wait to do our next one. So if you have questions on Invest, let me know. Let's see. As far as other announcements go, please send questions and concerns via app messages as you come up with them instead of waiting until assessment day. So if there is something that has been bugging you, or you're super, super hungry, or you're frustrated with something, or you don't know how to like make something work, shoot that message to us when that happens. Don't wait until assessment day to tell us like, hey, I don't know how to hit my protein. I've been struggling with it all week. No. Like, shoot us a message. Let's go through that now so you can start hitting those things now and be less frustrated. We are there. I answer messages every single day. So please do not hesitate to send those through as you need to. The more you interact with us and the more that you ask questions, the better that we're going to be able to help you and you're going to be able to do. So you're never, ever, ever bugging us. That is our job. That is why we are there. We like to help you. We like to help you learn. So you are never a bother. send the questions. We want the questions. And then from there, the only other thing is please continue sharing about the group, the app, the podcasts, any posts that you think are suitable that are really helpful for others. Please keep on sharing those as you see fit. And if you make any first form orders, please do send me those order numbers starting with 1P. That is extremely helpful for me. But that is all of my announcements. Now we're going to hop into a couple of things for tonight. What I kind of labeled the call was Frankenfoods, what kind of foods are holding you back from success. We're going to hop into that here in a minute, but I also wanted to touch on the main things that we need to be focusing on getting into this challenge. There's a number of you that are new or coming back for the first time in a while. So I do want to go over some of these pieces and give you some reasoning why so that you understand. I'm all about education. I'm all about you understanding why I'm asking you to do certain things, because when you understand why, you are much more likely to follow through with doing the things, because that just makes sense. If I just tell you to go hop on a leg for a while, you're not going to go do that. But if I give you a really good reason to, then you may actually follow through. So with all that being said, the main things that I want you focusing on getting into the challenge, because it can get a little overwhelming. I don't want you going for perfection. I don't want you trying to get 6 check marks a day. I want you really just trying to hit protein check marks and total calorie check marks. And I'm going to tell you why on both of them. Okay. Those are going to be our primary focus points at this point. Don't worry about trying to hit anything else. We're really just going to focus on those. So protein, just so you know, has a zillion jobs inside your body. It is not there to only help you earn muscle mass and be defined. Your protein intake is going to directly affect, yes, how much muscle we maintain and carry, which also is going to directly impact how high our metabolism is, how fast our fat loss comes off. It will also help repair cartilage and ligaments. It'll help with digestive tract lining. It'll help with immune health and immune strength, enzyme production, hormone production. It helps with a lot of things. Protein has a lot of jobs inside of our body. So hitting that protein number is extremely beneficial for an overall health reason in general. So we need to be hitting that protein goal every single day. If you are low on protein, we will likely struggle with muscle loss. We will likely struggle with hunger. We will likely struggle with more cravings, with illness, with lower metabolism, because when we have muscle loss, that our metabolism goes down, right? It's actually been shown that if we start our day with at least 30 grams of protein, that we will be less likely to snack and have cravings at night. Right? If we hit our protein goal, we are much less likely to give into some of those temptations that we're used to struggling with. So protein, being low on it, really going to help make things be a lot harder for you. Low on protein and losing weight. So there's a lot of diets out there, like yo-yo type diets, that will really, really push being a super low calorie, and they will not prioritize protein. People see the scale move really, really fast. The reason being for that majority of the time, like a lot of the time, almost all the time, is going to be that our body looks at muscle mass as being expensive as far as calories go. So if you are not taking in enough calories and especially enough protein to maintain your muscle mass, and you're really, really in a big deficit, your body's going to look at your muscle mass and say, that's first to go. We're going to burn that up for energy and get rid of it because it costs too many calories to maintain it when you're hardly taking in any other calories at all. So what happens is we start to lose a ton of weight, but instead of losing body fat, we're losing muscle mass and some body fat. So what happens is you go from your current shape to a smaller version of your current shape. We really, really, really need to be hitting that protein number while we're in that moderate deficit, not a crazy deficit. And that is going to help change that body composition. That is how we primarily lose body fat. That is key. That is key to success. If you want to jiggle less, you want more definition, you want to actually feel good when you put on the bodysuit, right? Then that is what we need to be doing, right? So protein, total calories, okay? So protein, do not skimp on it. If you don't know what a good protein source is, I can tell you all of the lists, the tips, the tricks, the everything. In fact, right now, if you don't have my cheat sheets, there's 2 cheat sheets that I have and that I send out when people need them. If you don't have those, put up your phone right now, send me a message in the app. I need cheat sheets, right? Or even on Facebook Messenger, however you're getting hold of me, I need the cheat sheets. I will send them to you tonight. Save them. That way you know what good protein sources are as go-tos. I want to make sure that you know and that you have that confidence making those choices. Okay. Total calorie check mark. Why is that important? There's a lot of things that can influence our body fat gain, loss, or maintenance. Okay. Gut health, sleep, hormone levels, all of those things can all influence it. But as an overall way to start, we want to be focusing on a total calorie goal. I would say for at least 75% of the people that I am working with right now that are newer to working with me, they have been unintentionally under eating for quite some time. When we unintentionally undereat for quite some time, they're actually trying to eat more food and it feels really, really weird. So we want to make sure that we're in an appropriate deficit while hitting our protein goal, right? Not in a huge deficit while hitting a protein goal. We want to make sure that we're in a moderate one. Okay. We don't want this to be terrible for you. We don't want you to be starving. We don't want you to be snappy with your kids or your husband. We want you to feel sexy as hell while you're doing this, right? That's the whole point. We don't want you to suffer. So let's eat at a proper deficit. If you don't know what that is, you let me know. But if you have the settings and the app set up appropriately, as we've talked through, or as my training videos have taught you, then you're doing it right. But if you have questions, you message us. Okay. So with that being said, calories are just energy, right? Calories is energy. That is what that means. So what you're looking at when you're looking at calories is the more muscle that you have, it's going to be the more calories and energy burned at rest, which is what we're kind of going for, right? You see like these muscular people and they can enjoy bigger meals. They can enjoy some of these off meals that maybe you can't seem to enjoy. Like so many people are like, I saw a donut and I gained 5 pounds. Meanwhile, Mr. Stud at the gym has a 12 pack and he can have a donut a few times a week and be fine. Well, the reason is that he's built so much muscle mass, or she's built so much muscle mass over time, that when they choose to have something like that, their body can utilize it a lot more appropriately. If you don't have a lot of muscle mass on your frame and you haven't been working on that consistently, then your body's not going to utilize those carbohydrates the same. So what I want you to truly understand is we want the more muscle mass. We want to be doing resistance training. We want to be hitting a proper caloric goal. And then as we are able to build that muscle, that we can take in the calories and we can actually use them more appropriately for calories burned at rest. Because when we're resting, recovering, sleeping, that's where we're actually burning the most of our calories every single day. So the more muscle mass that you have, the more calories you're going to burn just sitting here, which is really what you want, right? Because you don't have to do anything hard right now. As far as other things go, meeting protein and calorie check marks to lose primarily body fat. I don't know how many times I can say that, but I'm going to say it again. Don't forget about tracking toppings, oils, dressings, drinks, alcohol. I'm definitely going to call myself there. I did not know when I first started this that alcohol had calories in it, right? Like, because there are certain things that said they had calories in it, but liquors don't have them listed on there. Trust me, they have calories. So please, if you're drinking sodas, if you're drinking juices, if you're having oils or dressings or butters or anything like that, all those things add up. So be sure that you are putting those in there. I know they can seem really tedious, but once you get used to it and you see what they add up to, it is worth it to know what they add up to. Also, that gives Jenna, Jamie, and myself prime opportunity to give you some suggestions for other things to use instead if they're getting a little bit out of control. So there's that. As far as foods holding you back, here's our last section, and this is our Frankenfoods, okay? So I've talked a lot about this kind of stuff before, but this is just a new, term that I saw that I thought was super, super appropriate to use. So Frankenfoods are essentially those that are extremely, extremely processed and contain a ton of chemicals and preservatives to give them the ultimate texture and flavors with minimal nutrition content. Right. So like literally, what is it? Lay's chips. You can't just have one. That's literally what they want you to not do. Like they want you to have the whole bag and then go buy 6 more bags because they have no nutrition content to them except for calories. It's all junk calories. So that you're never full and you just want more and more and more. And there's so many chemicals, preservatives and stuff in there in order to make them so tasty that they become addictive, right? And that is what Frankenfoods are. Frankenfoods are like the Frankensteins of the food industry. So scientists in food labs have actually gone so far as to test brain waves on people while they're testing out different food combinations that they've created to see which ones lit up most reactions in the brain. And those are the combinations that they build off of in order to produce the foods that they put in the store for us and our children to consume. Okay, so keep in mind what these things look like. So, this is how people can get really, really addicted to different types of foods. That's why people feel like they're addicted to sugars or chips or cookies, and you just can't quite back away, right? Highly processed foods can cause a host of issues with prolonged intake, including constant gas, bloating, anal leakage. That sounds fun. Let's not. Also, leaky gut, hormonal imbalance, and a ton more of terrible things to deal with, right? Having some of these things on occasion is going to be okay, right? And I'll get into that here in a minute. But here's the problem in our Western civilization society, like people are taking in upwards of 80 to 90% of their diet this way. It's fast foods, it's processed foods, it's coming out of packages, it's coming out of boxes, it's coming out of a drive-through window. Those things are likely not going to help you towards these goals and likely are going to hold you back a ton just because your body is so inflamed from dealing with them. So, since they are void of fiber and other nutrients like vitamins and minerals, they are designed to keep you hungry and not feeling full. They do not want you to feel full. So they remove the fiber content from them, right? They remove the vitamins and minerals from them. They're literally just like processed fats and carbs. That's it. They cause a ton of insulin spikes and crashes, and therefore that can cause a lot of gut inflammation and leading to cortisol levels staying really, really high, poor sleep, and all kinds of other issues that come from that as well. So, what do these things kind of look like, right? If you look at an ingredient label and you cannot pronounce the things that are on there, it's probably a sign that it's not a great thing to have very much of. Okay. We're looking for things that are primarily whole. So I want you thinking about when you're walking through the grocery store looking for your proteins, right? I want you to grab as many whole foods as possible. That does not mean you have to go shopping at the store called Whole Foods. I used to think that too. Okay. But that's not what I mean. I mean, you could go into Walmart and you can walk around the perimeter of your store. That's where you're going to find most of these things. And you're going to pick up things that actually look like the way that they're supposed to look, like a potato or a steak or a chicken breast or something along those lines. Okay. Your vegetables, broccoli, right? Things that actually look the way that they're supposed to look. Okay. If you look at Hamburger Helper, that doesn't look like a food that came from the ground or from a tree or from an animal, right? That looks like process stuff, right? So if we're going to look at this, try and really reduce the number of things coming out of packages and boxes. Really try to take those out as much as you can. That is going to help you a ton to feel better while we're hitting these total calorie and protein check marks. As far as whole foods being, as possible, really, like I said, walking around that perimeter is going to be really, really helpful. There is some good stuff in the middle aisles, but it is harder to pick through. I would not suggest hardly anything from the candy aisle. I would really avoid the ice cream aisle if you can. Cereal aisle is really going to be packed full of a lot of extra junk as well. Like, let's really try and stick the perimeters, fruits, veggies, meats, dairies. Even some dairies can be really, really processed, but we can find some good stuff in there. Really try to stick to those outer perimeters. If you are going to look at this, right, this is not an all or nothing situation. What I want you to focus on is like 80% to 90% whole food, 10 to 20% kind of our other stuff. Okay. So that gives us a little bit of leeway in order to enjoy a meal out, in order to enjoy an ice cream cone with the kids, in order to enjoy, a slice of pizza on Friday night and a beer, right? That's okay. I just don't want you to do it every single day. That's where we run into issues. So hopefully this was helpful. But at this point, you are welcome to unmute, ask questions, put stuff in the chat, questions, comments, whatever you got. If nobody has questions, that is okay with me. If you guys come up with anything, send me the questions in the app, send me the questions wherever you're getting a hold of me at. I want to make sure that you guys are well taken care of, and hopefully this helped bring some insight to you all tonight. And I look forward to working with you all and talking with you all super soon. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.